Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Muscowy. So we are still in the war because Castile is the war leader, and I've realised I've done something really very silly. Novgorod is still at war with the Teutonic Order. I'd assumed, wrongly, that they had peaced out at some stage because I'm silly. Okay, we can take Riga as a vassal. I'm not too sure what they would give us. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna leave them independent for now. I'll make them convert to our religion and annul their treaties with the Teutonic Order. So that leaves us at war with the Hansa, Munster and Castile. So can we get out of this? They're not willing to concede defeat at this time, so we shall have to wait until they are. For now though, we're just going to have to wait and see who wins between Novgorod and the Teutons. Essentially it's all down to the AI. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do to help out. Okay, it's good to see them piecing out. Riga has dropped out of this war, so that just leaves the Teutonic Order. Okay, I can call them to arms, so I don't know if that will allow me to negotiate peace on their behalf, because the Teutonic Order is no longer in this fight, so I think it's worth a try. Okay, no, that's just brought them into the war with Castile. As far as the computer's seeing it, there's just still two wars going on. Except we've brought them into another war, therefore putting them at more of a risk. For now though, they're sieging their provinces. Not necessarily a good sign, because it does mean that their forces are split up. We can only hope these sieges are successful and it forces the AI into accepting a peace. Okay, Castile will concede defeat. That's well worth the 5 prestige we've lost there. So yeah, we're in the same situation as before. Teutonic Order versus Novgorod. Well, whilst that war rages on, I'm going to start minting quite a bit. I'll leave it so our inflation is increasing by 0.1, and we've replenished our armies, so I'll drop the manpower maintenance down. Oh, that's not looking good. The main emphasis for now is going to be building buildings. We're going to want a constable in our capital because that's our richest province as far as tax goes at the moment. I believe Novgorod won that fight, and yes, they just wiped out a troop. It looks like the tide is turning here. So my economic strategy is basically going to be building army buildings in as many provinces as possible. The reason being is that I expect to be in interrupted. Hang on a sec. Gain a church or gain a new legal heir. I'm going to take the church. I don't usually accept a new heir because it has a weak claim, and as terrible as it is to be without an heir, there's still a chance of getting one with a strong claim to the throne. So, as I was saying, I expect to have many provinces with iron in them, and the price of iron, as you can see here, is largely dependent on how many army buildings we are. You can see at the bottom the demand is, for each army building the price is increased by 10%, and if you have a weapons manufactory then that's a 50% increase to that price. What I'm hoping is that with the sheer amount of provinces I will own and the amount of iron we're producing, the production values should fuel our economy with some to spare. That's the plan anyway. It does rely on us having a huge amount of provinces and an even larger amount of buildings, so I will be focusing on that now just to get things started. Just checking out the religious map here. Certainly nice to see the Teutonic Order converted there. A historian friend of mine said it was comparable to the Nazis converting to Judaism. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but if so, I think we can consider it a pretty epic victory. Yeah, the tide's definitely turning in the favour of the Teutonic Order at the moment. Bad times. Tell you what, I would like to start giving them war subsidies. For some reason I couldn't to begin with. What are we working at the moment? Going to give them 7 ducats a month for a year. I really need them to rebuild their armies as quickly as they can, and I don't want a lack of funds to stop them from doing that. We're still running a surplus though. And we're now able to colonise Kola. I'd forgotten about that. The last mission to vassalize Novgorod did give us a core on these coastal provinces, so yeah, we can now start colonising. And perhaps even build a ship, maybe? Yeah, why not? I'll just build the one. I don't know if we'll get any pirates popping up, but you know, with us having a colony here, but just in case, I'll get a ship to build around. Yeah, I'd expect that to fail. Oh, it's not looking good. I only noticed they were still at war as I was encoding the video. Boy, did I kick myself. Okay, I'll continue sending colonists. This does mean the culture in Kola is going to be Russian, so there'll be no kind of penalty to taxation from this province. Marvellous. So there's just over 3 years until the truce runs out with the Teutonic Order, so there's really nothing I can do, unfortunately. Off you go. I mean, we're talking about a -5. Well, with no casus belli, we're talking about losing all of our stability. Being a -3. That's not worth considering. I love this event. We can either get a advisor or get a permanent bonus to the defensiveness in one province. So from now until the end of the game, Yaroslav will have a 50% bonus to its defensiveness. No comparison as far as I'm concerned. Again, I'm not paying our troops, so could take a few turns to... Oh no, they're dead. Okay, we're now running at a deficit, solely due to the war subsidies, no doubt. I don't see why they keep sending troops in to fight. They should be trying to rebuild and take the fight to these sieging armies. Okay, let's remove some cores from our land. Just going to build 2 cavalry units to reinforce these 2 armies here. We did lose a few regiments in the war with Teutonic Order due to bad gameplay. Ah, that's a good sign. They are at war with Denmark and their mega alliance of Sweden and Norway. It's quite surprising to see the personal union still standing so far into the game. Doesn't seem to be forcing them to withdraw their troops though. They are still sieging in Germanland. So I know not much is happening in this video, so apologies for that. But it's really important that you guys see how this war pans out. It's I don't want you to think that I've just played it through a few times until we get a favourable outcome, but yeah, the outcome is important. Here we go. They've ceded territory. This is what I was going to be describing. They've ceded territory, which means we are going to be back at war with them at some point in the future. They could have been an ally. We could have... I was willing to maintain friendly relations, but no, it was not to be. Looking at the culture around here, we have a few Russian, Byelorussian and Ruthenian culture groups around here, and if you follow them out, it does make a very nice border, and Ingurmanland was a part of that border. Even though they're Estonian, I wanted that province. So there we go. Due to my stupidity, Novgorod have lost the province. I'll call the video here. Feel free to leave some comments mocking my foolishness. Or any feedback at all, that's always appreciated. Until the next time, thank you for watching.